Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be continuing Lover's Stroll. This is part 5. I actually been working on this somewhat while I was right before I go to, sometimes before I go to sleep I like to do this because it calms me down. So been having some time to do this, so I did a lot actually, guys. And as you can see, I have my cover minder. I found my little cover minder, which is my Pegasus. I have to get more cover minders because they're fun to have. They keep everything nice and somewhat organized. As you can see, we're going to be going to this corner today. So we'll be focusing on that corner today. Because as you can see, if you move in, you can see that I've actually done a lot since the last part, because I was doing this at night before I go to sleep. So sometimes it's nice to focus on one area. So someone was saying something about me getting a ruler. I'm not really sure what they meant about the ruler comment. If someone could explain to me what does the ruler comment mean. Someone said it to me in an email that I don't have a ruler, whatever that meant. I'm not really sure what was meant by that comment. Sometimes you have to move things around as you move the canvases. Things need to be moved around. So I'm trying to remember what is that symbol, and that is this little dash thing is 762. Now we're going to also test out a brand new pen I got today. Well, actually I got it yesterday in the mail, but I didn't work with it until now. This pen comes from Yo Craft by July. So this diamond that I'm laying down is 762. I always like to concentrate on sections. Sections always are better. Don't know what this little diamond one is yet. Oh, that's 775, so. You know, most of the pens you can buy on Etsy. That's not to say everything can be found. There's some good pens on Amazon, but I just prefer the ones on Etsy because they have and most of the stuff that you get on Etsy is homemade. You know, I was watching, I got sick this week, a little sick this week, so while I was sick I watched Al Pacino in The Hunters, which is a series that takes place in, I believe 1977, because that's the year they refer to the things happening on the show. think there's wax on that thing. Interesting. I did get my frame today, so I was a little disappointed because it was supposed to have a white mat on it and it didn't. So I'm a little disappointed. So when you're done with the color, what I do is I put it back, use the boat as a funnel. And they say that little arrow key is $7.75. So we try to paint the best way I know how. I'm still learning, but somebody told me there's a ruler that I can get, but I don't know where to get this supposed ruler to keep my beads organized, to keep them more straight when I diamond paint. So I don't know if I'm going to get the ruler or not. Sometimes the best way to fill little tiny little gaps, you know. And then, you know, the other day at the comic book store, there was this man, and he got very, very upset online because, you know, there's only so many copies of books sometimes. So sometimes when they come out in the morning, everybody's there in the line for a hot new book, especially if it's the first appearance of a character. So there's only so many copies to go around, and then people get angry because sometimes they don't even honor the pull list. Now, someone goes, what is a pull list? Now, a pull list is basically like a bunch of titles that you reserve every week to get, and you pay for that. You pay like a $20 down deposit. So last week, when Batman 89 came out, they didn't reserve the pull list in some people's cases because that book was just too popular, and people just devoured that book. What is the white dot? So that's 3865. This is all 3865, the white dot. So you kind of try to do these in a way that makes sense. You know, you try to do the things that make you happy. And I did get another Diamond Art Club painting canvas. I haven't opened it. I'll probably open it on the live. You guys, this will probably come out after the live happens. So you guys must know it is a Mandy Mazzano. I got it on clearance because I like the picture, but here's the thing. I like smaller canvases. That's not to say that I don't like a big canvas, but you have to understand it. Big canvas is very pretty. Everybody knows that, you know, and a lot of you know that Mandy Mazzano is a really popular seller on Amazon, on Diamond Art Club. I took a look at her work and I'm like really liking some of the pictures, but boy are they really, really detailed. That's not to say that this isn't very detailed picture, but I really like it a lot. You know, I think each diamond painting is unique to the person who's doing it, because because everybody has something that they like, or you know, like I may like unicorns, somebody else may like realistic buildings or space. That doesn't mean that it isn't wrong. I know a lot of people love the Hannah Lynn. This pen is from Yo Craft by July. I'll show you my other diamond painting that I got too that I really, really like. This one is from DP Dazzled Pens. She's got a really pretty store, but all of the pens that she does are handmade. So every one of her pens is handmade. So every picture has a really pretty thing. Now I was trying to order food too, and of course that didn't go as well as I thought it would go. There was some nice stuff in there. So, you know, I threw out a lot of the bad food. Then I finished watching the 100th episode of Supergirl, and I thought it was a very, very good episode. Because, you know, it was kind of like a look back on everything that has happened on the series, but also, you know, celebrating where the series might be going next. And to celebrate all the good things that that show promotes. You know, I really have liked everything that has happened. You know, this week has been a good week. It's been a quiet week, but I've been very busy. I've also kept myself a bit focused. You know, I like cooking. I like eating when I want to eat, when I want to eat. Doing the things I need to do. You know, catching up on a lot of people's videos. I haven't managed to catch up on, kind of, sorry, and I'm sorry to Anne because I really love Anne's videos. I just haven't watched her last 2 videos because I've been busy with, you know, other stuff, real life. You know, I still need to watch the rest of Super Showdown. I haven't watched it all yet. No, I watched a few matches. Thought they were good. You know, and I like hunters because you never know who's really doing what when. You kind of know who's on which teams, though, you know. You understand everybody's motivation for doing what they're doing in the show, but they're hunting Nazis. And one thing that I like that they've done very well is that they've captured the 70s extremely well in New York City. You know, my mother used to tell me stories of how bad the subways were in the 70s. And they really were that bad. But, you know, I was a child. You know, I wasn't even born. I think I was born in 77, so, you know. I did grow up with seeing a lot of graffiti when I was a very young kid living in New York City. So, you know, that's a remnant of the 70s. Sometimes if you press too hard in the boat, they start to flick away. That was not where I wanted to put the diamond, the drill. See, when you get the tweezers, you should always get a tweezer that's really, really sharp, and their tweezers happen to be very, very sharp. These are some of the best tweezers I've ever seen. But then for the price that you pay for one of these canvases, you know, you're paying for the quality of the canvas. You're not paying for a crappy canvas, you know, and I think that's important too, you know. That's not to say that there aren't budget-friendly options out there, but there are really a lot of nice ones. But I happened to see this one, just when I saw this one spoke to me. I don't know why. But, you know, certain pictures just, you know, they say, buy me, like a coloring book. And what is that number with the 762? These are 3865s. $470. I'm looking for that dark green color. I don't see the symbol, except I think that's 937. I could be wrong. Of course, they're making noise. You guys probably might hear a little bit of noise. I can't help that. They always get like this every Thursday. So that's when I'm filming this. Every Thursday, Friday, they get loud as crap. And then don't think that anybody lives here. Yes, I do have a light pad. Diamond painting takes some time to do because you really have to focus on it, but I find it really, really enjoyable. And so what is that? The little arrow. That's 775. And we have to do the 4 here. I believe that is 937. Yeah, that's 937, the dot. So now what are these black arrows? 935 is the color. I really like doing these little pieces. The little thing is 934, so. Yeah. And then I have to do all this stuff here. you know, I think we're gonna do I think I'm gonna do the majority on camera, but I think there'll be times when I do some of it off camera, just because it's sometimes easier to find certain things off camera when you're not recording. You always have to remember that there are things you can do on camera, but sometimes I go faster sometimes when I'm not on camera for whatever reason. I don't know if other people experience that when they diamond paint. So it's all about how you put down the drills, I guess. You know, all in all, this piece has been a really fun piece to work on. I work on this a little bit every day, because I figure by the time my mother comes home, hopefully I'll have this done. Go into these two here. It's always fun to do these things, you know, to figure out what you can do when you're really, really focused. It's also kind of like a puzzle. You end up doing it yourself. This has a lot of intricate stuff in it. You know, don't diss the small stuff. You know, everybody says, oh, the big canvases are wonderful to work with, and I'm sure they are, but just because they're big canvases doesn't mean the little canvases don't get enough love either. So you see, it starts filling out. As you do more of the puzzle or the painting, it starts to really fill out. You know what I like? As you do them, they start to come alive and you get to see the progress of it. So that came out. I have really enjoyed the way the piece has come out. So when you look at it, I'm just going to take a quick look so you guys can see what I've done. But we have done quite a lot on this picture. So that has come out really, really nice. So I'm going to stop the video here tonight so you guys can understand we've done a whole line. This whole bottom row is like, I can't fit it all on screen, but the whole bottom row is done now. So I really enjoy looking at that bottom row. So I want to thank you guys for coming to the video today. And I hope you all have enjoyed this video and happy diamond painting or coloring or whatever crafting that you're doing. So everybody have a good evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching this. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Bye everybody.